Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Born Free here. I hope you're having a bloody awesome weekend. I'm on day 5 of a water fast, which I've never done before, which is really interesting. Might make a video about it, but it doesn't matter because we're going to talk about Zeku right now, the Zeku trailer. And don't be scared to let me know your thoughts in the comments. All are welcome. Let's just talk. I can't give you a honest reaction because I've already seen it, right? So I can tell you this, but I can tell you how I reacted during the video. And then we'll get into breaking it down a little bit, which I think is more important. The first thing is when I'm looking at these videos, usually they have the whole V system and the critical art, and I'm looking out for all of those bits. This trailer felt a little bit different. I'm actually still not sure what his V score is, to be perfectly honest. I think he looks amazing, and I guess the biggest part of the video for me was when what looked like Guy at first, and then Strider, and then a younger version of himself came. I'm so confused. But let me give you my thoughts and speculations, I guess, based on what I've seen. And we'll take it from there, but I would love to see yours in the comments too, please. That'd be awesome. So let's actually break down the trailer a little bit. In the trailer, basically, there's a lot of red and green. Now, the character that comes in is wearing blue, much like Strider, and he has kind of a Strider costume. But the red and green crossing over is kind of like the alpha ending of Guy and Zeku. And there's transitions in the trailer, which I'm not actually going to show, but there's transitions in the trailer, if you watch it on really slow motion, of red and green. There's a lot of red and green. So I don't know, guys. I'm so confused. I keep thinking this guy might actually be Guy as a sort of almost like an assist, but you control him. I'm not 100% sure. I think if it is, then most people will be pissed off in a way because they would rather have Guy as his own character. But I could be completely wrong, and I just don't understand the red and the green that keeps transitioning throughout the whole trailer. It's in the logo at the beginning, but the new character is wearing blue. So whatever. I guess the first part of it is the Capcom logo, which is green and red. Again, like I said, red and green, green and red, and the forest in the background, which is all pointing towards Zeku and Guy. And Zeku comes flying in, right? And he comes flying in on like a magic carpet, and I call it that. I don't know if that's like a ninja thing or not, if that's an anime thing. I have no clue. I didn't know ninjas did that, but Buki did it, I knew, but I didn't realize Zeku was going to do it as well. And then he's like, let's party. And I think that's hilarious because like I think he looks really cool. I love his long hair. I love that he's in shape. I just love his whole look. I think it's really good. I love the green that he wears. They say geniuses pick green, but you didn't pick it. If you know that movie, then I love you. Great movie, by the way. But I do think he looks really, really cool. I have to say his character model is awesome, and I think he looks really, really good. But I just don't get why he says let's party. Like I don't get it. Is he like that kind of is that his character? Because I always assumed he'd be a little bit more serious than that. He's like a ninja master. I didn't think he'd be like, let's party. And also, by the way, he is wearing fucking fingerless cycling gloves with like Velcro on them, which is just, I don't know. I just think that's really funny. Like, does he like cycling? Where apparently he likes potato chips, according to his bio. Anyway, so he appears, let's party. And then the first thing that he does is, now this is where I'm getting really confused, right? Because I can't tell throughout this whole trailer if he ever actually jumps. It looks like he has a demon flip. You know, it looks like he has a lot of moves which are sort of very similar to other characters. He has this thing where he flips over real quick. I don't feel like it's a jump. And in this case, he crosses up Ibuki. It's possible that his jumping is this sort of demon flip or similar, or it's possible it's just a jump. I'm not 100% sure. But in this case, he crosses up Ibuki, and by the way, he has he has the medium the standing medium kick, the knee, what Akuma has, and what Laura has, which are two really great moves in the game for sure. So that's kind of cool and already makes me interested in the character. He does a lot of launching, right, and then carries on, which is interesting. This one character launches you a lot and then does his spinny kick, that's what I'm calling it right now, like spinning kicks and all sorts of other stuff, right? So then we have his throw where he spins her around and throws her in the other direction. That's his back throw, obviously. Love it. Starts with a knee, boom, spins, throws. Love the animation. Think it's great. And then you've got, oh my god, this is my favorite bit in the whole trailer. I don't even care about the guy, I keep calling him guy, the second version of Zeku. I love the overhead. Dudes, the overhead is so awesome. He spins and he goes like this, right? And he just freaking like thumps her twice, super hard overhead. I think it's an overhead, it must be. And I love it. I really do love that overhead, and it's that already makes me just want to play because I want to hit people with that overhead. Then he does like this kick, right, which has like a black swoosh to it, where he's literally hitting her from like full screen, right? That is something that Strider can do because he has a sword, right? Normally he does it with his sword. So again, you're looking at some Strider influences in here. Next up, got a combo where he combos into, I swear he's not jumping, he combos into this flippy like demon flip thing where he stomps on her head. So I think it's like Akuma where you can basically hit or you can throw, and the throw in this case is in the form of stomping on her head, which is a very demoralizing move for the other player, and I love it. I love all these moves. I feel like they're very like, that it's a lot of styling on people, you know? I kind of like that. Yeah, next he does a bunch of EX stuff. So he basically does some, like an EX flip, and then he does an EX like up kick, which probably can be used as a anti-air if you need to. But he's doing that sort of launching people and doing stuff in the air. It's interesting. It reminds me of Ibuki's up kick for sure. Then we've got him hitting Ibuki with the crush counter by the looks of it. And following up with some other cool stuff. Then he does his V-reversal. I mean, in that situation it looks fairly solid. In other situations, I have no idea. The V-reversals are a bit weird of character to character. Some are a lot better than others. Then he hits his V-trigger, right? You know that because you've got the circles all around. So he hits his V-trigger, and he has like, I want to say like a black hole in his back, like the dark arts, man, like Evil Ryu or some shit. But it's just in his back. I don't really know why, but he hits it, and it's in his back. And after that, what you see is a dash where he kind of teleports. He disappears for a little bit, bit like Ibuki, bit like M. Bison. Looks like a fast teleport, and then it looks like he can hit you super fast. I can't tell if these are like wreckers, or it's sort of like wreckers, or it's also like Jury, when she can hit you, very quickly. It's interesting. It feels like it's maybe some target combos in there. I don't really know, but he looks like a very offensive player. Then there's a crush counter launch. Again, he launches her again, and then bam, out of nowhere comes this other character, right? So I immedially thought it's Guy. Oh my god, Guy is assisting him, because like I said, there's been all this throughout the trailer you see this green and red, but this guy is wearing blue with some red, right? It kind of looks like Guy. But he also kind of looks like Strider. But he could also be a younger version of Zeku, which is what Tasty Steve said in the trailer. Now, if he's a younger version of Zeku, that's interesting. I don't understand. Can he time travel? Like, is it a mystical sort of illusion that ninjas can do? I don't totally get that. But if he can't be the same character as Strider, because Strider is in the future. So unless he can time travel, I don't know. I'm so confused, guys. I'm so confused. Anyway, this character comes in. Let's call him young Zeku. I keep calling him Guy, but I know a lot of people will be pissed off if it's Guy. I think I said earlier, a lot of people will be pissed off if it's Guy because it would mean probably the guy wouldn't actually appear. But this guy does actually have some moves that are similar to Guy. He has a sliding kick. He also has some moves which are very similar to Karin or Kareen. He has a shoulder and he has a palm. I think it's palm. Let me just have a look. Yeah, he has a palm. He has a sort of a kick where he comes down like this, which is really cool. It looks like he has different moves, so it could be like a Gen thing where it's like this is his different stance. When he's in the different stance, he's a different character. So I don't know whether he can just do it all the time, or if it's his V skill, or because I don't know what his V skill is. Do you know what his V skill is? Please tell me. His EX palm crumples Karin. So that's interesting and pretty cool. And he follows it up with a shoulder, but then the shoulder goes into a launcher. So I think that's probably going to work like Akuma's, when Akuma does a demon flip and then he does the cyclone, the Tatsu, it only takes up 1 bar of EX. So either he uses 3 EX bars in this sequence, which, you know, is what they always do in these trailers, is they just use up all the resources to show you cool shit. But I actually think it would probably only take up 1 bar. So he does, like, again, what I think is like the demon flip grab. But as this character, he grabs her, bam, he sits on her. So, you know, another demoralizing move for you to do against your opponent. It's kind of disrespectful, you know, to sit on somebody, but I love it. And then you've got like this thing where, wait, what the hell? Oh my god, he can also activate? I just realized he can also activate. So he can also activate into V trigger. So in this combo he activates into V trigger, and then he does a bunch of really cool shit. It looks like target combos, to be perfectly honest, or wreckers. And then he goes into the critical art. Now, his critical art could be different from Zeku's, I have no idea. But actually, this critical art involves both of them, Zeku and young Zeku, I guess is what you call it. But the critical art itself looks a lot like Guy's Ultra 2 in Ultra Street Fighter 4. And the critical art looks like Strider's in Marvel. So, still really confused, guys. Get the KO. He changes back into Zeku, says, I should be your teacher. With these cycling gloves, these fingerless cycling gloves. Then we got the costumes. I like the battle costume. I like the original costume. Of course, I like the nostalgia costume, but I think in my season pass, they usually screw me. They usually give you, I think it's 2 good ones. You know what? I can't remember. You always get screwed out of a good one. And I think you get screwed out of the nostalgia one, whereas like I'd rather get screwed out of the story costume. But I think I get the story costume, which is the suit. It always works that way. I guess that's business, that's marketing. And then you've got this costume which looks very much like Strider. Again, they've got business costume. I just don't understand how that is a story costume. Unless there's a new story where these 2 guys fucking run a corporation. I don't know. The Strider costume has everything that Strider has. It has the leather straps. It has a kanji, which is similar. It has a red scarf. It has short hair. It has the blue gi. And then I don't really know what the last costume is. It looks like a sort of ninja training costume or something. It's kind of interesting. Don't understand the Strider reference. Could just be that they are starting to go, look, if modders are going to do this, let's do it and let's make money out of it. Because, you know, we saw the Beautiful Joe costume. We know that you're going to get these bizarre costumes when you finish extra battle mode, I guess it's called. So, yeah, interesting. I don't know if I'm so confused, guys. I'm so freaking confused. There's no Capcom community blog to explain it. Matt Edwards is staying quiet, saying that he can't say anything just yet until it gets revealed. Did they just feel like it would be nice to have a day of people talking about it in social media and being confused and, you know, and that sort of thing? And then finally we have him in the lineup with all 6 season 2 and available on October 24th. I am actually really excited. I'll be honest with you, I'm really excited. I am. He does have a lot of moves from other characters. There's no doubt about it. But he definitely has a feel of Guile. He doesn't look like he has the command run. I think everyone's going to enjoy trying him out, finding some new stuff and all that sort of stuff. Music is awesome. I love the music. It reminds me of like Neuroconsole or Masters at Work from back in the 90s. I used to DJ back in the 90s when I was a teenager, and I took, well, we don't need to get into that. I will answer your Q&A at some point, and all that stuff. But I generally don't care about music, but I love this music. Am I interested in playing this character? Absolutely yes. Am I disappointed that Sagat wasn't at the end of the trailer? Not really. I think Sagat's a definite. I think they've given way too many clues away, and business and marketing sense tells me that Sagat has to lead season 3. They had the screenshot of the end of arcade mode from Street Fighter 2 and it has Sagat on the podium, so they definitely got to make him as a CPU. If they're going to make him as a CPU, they may as well make him as a playable character, because no one's going to go, cool Capcom, I'm so glad you made a CPU of Sagat but not a playable character. He's going to be playable, guys. I think the main reason they didn't include Sagat at the end of the trailer is really very simple, and that is that if you include Sagat, it takes all the limelight away from Zeku, who's a brand new character. Zeku, it's really hard for brand new characters to break through, to have people enjoy and love them. So to include Sagat would have just completely overshadowed Zeku, and everyone would have gone, fuck Zeku, Sagat's coming, exciting. This way people can go, all right, well, let's try out Zeku, right? And I think that was a smart move on their part, to be perfectly honest. That's it. Want to hear all your thoughts? Please comment. Like the video, it really helps me out, and I'm going to give you a thumbs up this time, always a bit awkward towards the end of the video, and say goodbye.